Explain like I'm 5 what would happen to the umbilical cord after birth if not cut off. I know in the delivery room they can put a clamp to stop the blood flow and cut the umbilical cord. But if we didn't have hospitals, how long would the baby stay connected to the placenta? It can just dry up and fall off over a period of days. Or it can lead to an infection or clot which injures or kills the infant. Some crunchy lunatics do something called a lotus birth, which rolls the dice on those odds. Google at your own risk. I know in the delivery room they can put a clamp to stop the blood flow. And this, nowadays, is considered a bad practice at best. The right way is to wait until there's no more blood flow, and then cute the umbilical cord. It usually takes about 15 minutes. Tops. There are a group of people that practice this lotus birth. That is to wait until the umbilical cord falls naturally. But honestly, modern research shows that when there's no more blood flow into the umbilical cord, there are no more benefits to be attached to the baby. Some countries save all of the baby's cord blood for stem cells so they can grow future organs. In Singapore, all baby's blood was banked, but you had to pay a few hundred if you wanted exclusive pick to your cells. Just to add, there are currently studies going on about how to implement delayed cord clamping. Australia ran an award-winning study on this in babies born under 30 weeks gestation, comprehensively demonstrating the benefit. It was already being used in full-terms babies, so was in fact unethical to run the study for these infants. Look up the Australian placental transfusion study. Note that we are talking about waiting minutes to clamp the cord, so infection and other risks are minimal. We waited an hour or so before cutting the cord. This is the golden hour and allows all the extra nutrients to reach baby. I wouldn't want to wait a few days. So just a couple of things. 1. Medical staff typically will cut too soon. In home births, the midwives understand this and they make sure the blood flow has completely stopped its own before clamping and cutting. 2. Typically in nature the cord is removed by other means than clamping and cutting. The fact that the cord is not flowing anymore and the fact that we leave a piece of it on to fall off naturally. I imagine the biggest downside would be the smell and fear of it being unsanitary and the inconvenience of it all for the next 10 days until it falls off naturally. When cut, the cord falls off in 7-10 days. There is a tradition, don't know what culture, called a lotus birth, where the placenta is kept attached to the cord and baby until it falls off. Yeah, yuck, I can't imagine the smell. They sell bags for it, face with spiral eyes. Well, I have a fun take on it from the vet med side. I've caught a lot of puppies from C-section, and there's always a fear that when rubbing them to wake up to the world, you can rip the umbilical cord off along with their organs. They are small and we are large, and rubbing quite hard sometimes to get them to take their first breaths. TBHIDK if this is an old wives' tale of vet med, since I've never seen it. But I believe it. For the record, some animals bite off the umbilical cord. It ruptures naturally during birth with other animals. There is no reason to believe our ancestors did not cut the cord by some means.